a woman can have compassion. That's not the point. Some of these characters man also, but man must have the male characters mainly. Yes, and then these additional characters. All good leaders are followers. Because you learn the principles of leading only by following first. Like the British Army, they say that, they won't have any commissioned officer directly. Everybody will start, even if it's a Prince Philip, he has to start at the lowest. So they say that you are not qualified to give orders until you have proven you can take orders. That's what the Bible also, nobody is just appointed an elder just like that. No, they all have to start from here. A man is not ready to give orders. The same way, a husband is not ready to, lead a family unless he has learned to follow his father at home. That's where the starting point is. When the father gives the orders, yes, the man knows that, the son knows that. Okay. It's not the mother who gives the orders, it's the father who gives the orders. Okay? Yeah, that makes a difference. If the father is not here, the mother can say many things. That's a different. I'm not looking down all that. But it's for the father to do it. You ever heard the story of a man who went to one of these big tarwats, Nair tarwats, where they have thousands of not acres, para they call, paddy field and all. This man went to ask whether there is any rice, paddy he could buy. So this Nair was not there. Only his wife was there. So he went and asked. The wife said, no, rice is all sold this year. We don't have any. So the man was coming, and as the owner was walking in, he said, where do you go? To your home. Why? To ask whether any rice. So what did you found out? Your wife said that no rice for sale, everything is sold out. He said, you come with me. So, he brought with me and got inside the house and sat on the chair and then said, there are no rice to sell. And I am the husband, head of this home, and I only have the right to say it. You can go. Well, so it's it may sound very funny because why he didn't say that there? But there is a lesson, that this is the prerogative portfolio of the man, not for the woman. That was an encroachment by the woman. He doesn't accept it. So sometimes the wives can, communicate, but she should have said that, എന്താണ് ഭർത്താവിനെ വിളിക്കുന്നത്, അദ്ദേഹം വരുമ്പോൾ വന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാട്ട്. Yes. So any question? So let's come to this. So why God established marriage? What do you think? Why God established marriage? There are married people here. They must know because they're married,
Who is better than one?
Two is better than one. Then why not Adam and Steve? That won't be marriage. Yeah. So two is better than one. That's true. But is that the only reason? Three can be better than two, yeah. That's why they have a child also then, So if somebody says 4 is better than 3, then they have the second child. So it's keep on going. But why marriage? Why God actually was interested in this marriage?
To understand how difficult the bride is.
Well, you don't have to. That logic doesn't. He wanted to teach how difficult it is the bride will be, so he created a bride. Then he could have created an elephant and say, marry this. He would have learned how difficult it is to marry an elephant or something. No. God said it is not good for man to be. Why not good? Marriage was established so that whatever was lacking in the single state must be removed. But what was lacking in the single state? Adam had God as companion. Every day God came down in the cool of the day, you know. He had all the animals, plenty of animals, all the trees. You know, every created thing was at his disposal. But God said it's not good for a man to be alone. Yes. The design, God designed man in such a way that unless a woman comes into his life, he is lonely. Lonely. He said it's not good for a man to be alone. Only a woman can remove that loneliness. An animal cannot, God cannot. No. Can have wonderful fellowship with God and Bible classes, God himself teaching on all that, but only in the life of a man when a woman comes, you know, that loneliness.
But
So,
that was in the context of where it was only Adam and nobody else. Today, men have a lot of friends. So, man is not lonely then.
yeah, but that's why I said that God has created in man a loneliness that can be filled only by a woman. No male friends can remove it. No. The fact that you don't feel that loneliness simply means that you are not ready for marriage. No, you are not. One should marry only when he feels that loneliness. Even if God has created a woman first, the same statement would have been said. It is not good for a woman to be alone. I will make her a suitable, companion. So nobody should marry unless there is such a very strong feeling of loneliness. I am so lonely. Oh, I need to marry. I have to have a woman in my life. I have to have a man in my life. One of the reasons why many marriages fail is because, the young man never felt the need for a woman. He has so many friends and this and parties and going and activities, and this is an unnecessary thing. Malayalathil parayum adhigapetta ennu parayum. Something that he really didn't need. So ellarum kuda valichu. So what do you do with it? That's what happened. So no time, he never talks with her, never spend time with her, never take her anywhere, nothing. He's gone in the morning till midnight, then he comes and hit the sack, that's it. No one says, I'm here lonely. You are lonely? So what should I do? You married me? No, everybody forced you upon me. You go your home, that sort of thing. But a man who felt that loneliness, boy, he will not leave her, He will be calling casual leave, and leave, sick leave and all these leaves. Doctor certificate and all these things. Yeah, fall down and break so that he could be at home. Back pain, all sorts of things. Well, that's good, I'm happy, That's the way a man should behave. Others go on a pilgrimage. A man should feel, a woman should feel the need for a man. And interestingly, Adam did not feel the need for a woman when God said it. Only God said it. God said it is not good for a man to be alone. That's not the ground on which Adam should marry. If God knows, because he is all knowing, he knows that it is not good, and Adam said that is, I don't need a wife. I have no need. So God then arranged something. Immediately after he saying that it is not good for man to be alone, what did he do? He brought all the animals. That's what he did. He brought all the animals. At the end of this, naming all the animals, the statement, but for man, No suitable companion, but for man. What does that mean? The animals went in pair, Mr. Bull and Mrs. Bull, Mr. Horse and Mrs. Horse, Mr. Elephant and Mrs. Elephant. They were all going, showing some affection and love and all that. And Adam said, hey, it's very interesting, very interesting. And since he was expecting that then there should be somebody for me, God is going to bring, so he was, so the monkey, and all this, he said, no, it's not for me. Because the Mr. Monkey had the Mrs. Monkey, So then after the last one, then there was that loneliness in him. But for me, there is almost saying, God, it's not fair. What you did is not fair. For every creature you have a partner, companion. But for me, God said, get on this bed. Put him to sleep. Took out something from his side. Our versions also rib, but the Hebrew word doesn't have rib. Nobody knows. That's the only place in the whole Hebrew language that word is used. So nobody knows exactly what he took out. I have a feeling that he took out maybe a little tissue or something, maybe, or maybe to find out maybe, whatever was. Anyway, because of the side, everybody say rib. Rib. But we know there is no rib lacking on Adam's side and all that. We know that the same amount of rib on both sides, and women also that one. So if one has taken and then filled it with the flesh, so definitely not with the rib, So all these things, anyway, he operated upon him and made the woman and brought her to him. See, God created a feeling of loneliness in Adam before marriage. That's the key. Create the sense of loneliness where you say that, oh, where is my partner? I can move like this. It's too much, I need a partner, companion. That's when you actually start searching for it. Nowadays that's not the one. 18, 20, 22-year girl is 22 years, so, if we need to give her marriage. Why? She's 22. It says magic with 22 or something. No, the society expects at 22 she must be given away. Well, don't force anybody. Don't marry because you are 22 or 23. Do you feel loneliness? Marry even at 18. That's the government law says. At 18 you feel lonely. You have to go and tell your parents that, what are you doing? Don't you see me? Look at my face, how lonely I am. I need a man. I need a man. You should do the same thing. Go and tell your parents and others or elders that what you people are doing. I am trying to say this in many, many ways, but it doesn't seem like you are understanding. I am very lonely these days. Or maybe you should miss a Sunday and they ask you why. Don't you know why? I'm so lonely. I need a companion, That's what you start looking for. So God created marriage for companionship. Companion comes from the word company, say that. He is in company with, friendship, that's what. So if your marriage is a meaningful marriage, then you will have friendship with your wife, friendship with your husband. Marriage is not for washing clothes or dishes, taking care of appacha, ammachi. That's all the result of marriage, not the purpose of marriage, The result of marriage has many things, You will wash clothes, you will cook, you will do this. And the man will buy grocery and vegetables and, he will this and that and all these things. The purpose is not that. If that's the purpose, it's better to get a servant. Honestly. Because she will wash clothes much better. Because if she is sick, you can say that I'll get another one, don't come from tomorrow. But you cannot do this here. So the purpose of marriage is friendship. This you have to underline in your mind. You are marrying for friendship. Marrying for friendship. And what does it friendship means? Walking together, talking together, sleeping together, eating together, praying together, going places together, everything, the togetherness that is in everything. Maximum time, 8 hours you go to work with great difficulty because, but yes, but as soon as the work is over, you run back. You run back because your friendship is here. That's a sort of. You do your duties because you have to do it, but friendship, then that's where how much you sit down, look each other, smile each other, talk each other, eat together, play together, talk together, and do everything together. That's what friendship is. But many people marry and they go. Today marriage, tomorrow fly back to Dubai. Occasionally a phone call. So what? Internet marriage? Post office marriage? So sometimes, the old days they didn't have enough telephone, only a card will come once a week, I am okay. She will also write, I am also okay. So it's called the Okay Kalyanam. So the postman was delivering every week, okay, he reads, okay. So one day he said, who is not okay? I am okay, you are okay, I am okay, you are okay. I have to walk 5 kilometers to deliver this card saying I am okay. So forget about it. Because when the card didn't come 2 weeks, then she is all worried about, what I'm, and then it seems like he is not okay. So ask the postman. Postman said, what is this? Everything you okay, 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 okay. So I throw these letters. I'm sick and tired of. Now that's not marriage. Marriage is honestly for friendship. Something marriage is for children. No, marriage is not for children. If marriage is for children, somebody cannot have marriage, what they will do? Divorce them? If marriage is for children, that after having 2 children, what will you do? Children are the result of marriage. It's a result of marriage. The purpose of marriage is friendship, companionship. So get it. You are not marrying so that you can have some child. No. That's the purpose. You can go and adopt some. That's a result. It's a reward, God blesses you because you love your wife, you submit your husband, you are, loving, you are honoring God. God said, I wanted to bless this couple with some children. Now don't feel if somebody doesn't have a child, don't feel that you don't have a blessing of God. That's not what I meant. But, some people think that if marriage is not fruitful, it's not purposeful, it's not God blessing because they don't have children. No, you're not marrying for children. You are marrying for companionship. Your marriage is a failure if you don't have companionship. You are not a friend with your husband, a friend with your wife. Then it's a failure. Children are the product, children are the result, not the purpose. There's a difference between the purpose and the result. So, if you don't have children, that's okay. I mean, it's sad. Everybody wants children and all. I understand that. But your marriage is not a failure. No, your marriage is a failure if this friendship is not established. You cannot have friendship with everybody. Even in schools or colleges and places, you get very easily friendship with somebody, but not with everybody. So the success of the marriage is also that you want to make sure that you get somebody with whom you could make friendship. Yes. Naturally, a man can establish friendship with a woman very easily, but not with all women, because some women have masculinity more. So this man finds it's very difficult. It's like 2 porcupines coming close in love. They are all very loud. All they are these porcupines have these what you call spikes. So all the spikes are there. So they say, let us make love, come together. But say, it hurts. Your spikes. That's what happens when a masculine man and a masculine woman comes together. The spikes say, it hurts. Your statement hurts me. Your authority hurts me. And all that. But when the masculine man and the feminine woman comes together, man, there is joy. There is just that friendship, holding your hands and walking and sitting together, praying together, talking together, and that is much joy and comfort and all that. So don't marry unless you have loneliness, the feeling of loneliness. If you never feel loneliness, don't marry. That's when a man doesn't have it to marry, or a woman doesn't have it to be given in marriage, the loneliness. Now, the good thing is, in good families where children are growing up, they will feel loneliness at a very early age. Honestly. So the children will marry much faster. Because the husband and wife there will be always together. We sit there, they hold their hands and they talk always and all that. I said, that sort of, There comes a time when the children then cannot be so attached to the parents. Girls cannot come and be very close to the father because they have grown, and the boys cannot be, that. And so then eventually there is a stage then they are looking for a partner. And they know how intimate the family life is, how blessed the family life, how joyful the family life is, how happy the daddy and mummy are. But if the daddy and mummy are always fighting, anytime they are home, they are fighting and throwing and abusing, and children say, I never want to get married. Oh, it is marriage. Then I don't want to get married. So that's why I said in good homes, children marry early. They don't have to wait for 30 and 40 years old. They will marry early because they want this wonderful experience. See how blessed the marriage is. Father and mummy are so happy. Mummy won't even eat anything until father comes, and father won't eat anything from outside. He will come, and even if he buy 10 paise worth, 1 rupee worth of peanuts, he will come here and divide it, and they both will be, sharing together, and that's happiness of it. It's not money, it's friendship, Money doesn't play that big part. The only thing is maybe you will buy, if money is there, you will buy a 10,000, 50,000 rupees worth saree. They don't have money, they will go and buy a 200 rupees worth saree, that's all. But after all, when you put it together, you don't wearing the label always. Look, this is 50,000 rupees, Nobody knows. So this is very important, So why marry, or why God established marriage? For companionship. Companionship. There is another, some will say companionship, suitable helper, which means that there is something deficiency in the man. Only a woman can supply the deficiency. There is something. Yes, a man is not very emotional being. Man is not, in the olden days men used to weep some on occasions, but nowadays even if wife died, they don't. Mother died, they don't. That's gone, that emotional aspect, no. But women always have that emotion. So the emotional need of the man is supplied by a woman. So, that which is suitable helper is that. There are times when only a wife can make you an adequate person. Some men are bad in maths, some women are very good. If you are too bad in maths, you cannot count 1 rupee, 100 rupees, the change. You definitely marry a woman who is good in doing that. Otherwise, everybody will cheat you. Suitable helper. In bringing up children, only a man alone cannot do it. The woman has to supply some. The man supplies, the woman supplies. And so there's a suitable helper means that the great responsibility is given after creating that. Subdue everything and have dominion. In subduing and having dominion, the man alone cannot do it. He needs the feminine aspect also to subdue and govern it. Only a man cannot do it. You think of, the wife passed away or something, and then the couple of children, very young children, only brought up by the man. You just can, even you can walk into a home like that, you can feel there is something lacking. Those children also something lacking. Because what the woman has to provide, the man cannot provide. So God wants this whole earth, including all the planets, the moon and Venus and everything, all these, man has to conquer it. God gave the commandment, conquer them. He put everything under him. Because of sin, we have been very late in conquering it, that's the reason. But in this aspect of conquering and ruling, whether it's in the church, whether it's in the family, whether it's in the society, anywhere, he needs a woman. She supplies the motivation. The refinement is there, there is a refinement, Everybody respect a man with a good family. Everybody. Everybody. You know why the policemen are very rough? You know, you never enjoy staying in a police station. And even getting a mic permission or something, you go to police station. You know, I don't like to stay there. One place is if anybody see them there, what did you do? You know, that sort of a question is there. But otherwise also, you know, you don't expect anything nice from a police station. Rough talk and all that. The reason they say that policemen, very seldom policemen have good family life. Because their employment is like that. You know, continuously they are always on duty. Once a month they come to the home and all that one. There is, you know, but somebody who always, you know, the night spent with the wife, the children, that family, he's a man who is polished, he is compassionate, he has more tranquility, more well-balanced, you know, he doesn't get angry very soon. He comes to the office, doesn't with an angry face, and he doesn't throw the file, but he will say, hello, good morning everybody, how are you doing? You know, how are you doing? How's your wife? Your child was sick? You know, is he doing better? You know, he always inquire. The policeman doesn't come and inquire all those things. You know, so God wants the man to be a man, there should be a woman in his life. And the woman to be a woman, she needs a man. So you show me a happily married couple, I can show you a very, very polished, you know, character-wise, ability-wise couple. There's the manners is different. You walk into a family where husband and wife relationship, everything is very good, you will feel comfortable there. You know. You will feel comfortable. Where the housewife may come and say that, you know, uncle, or, you know, you like a cup of coffee or tea, you know. There is a, you know, you want sugar, uncle, or you don't want sugar. You know, there is the way they ask, there is a politeness. The other place you go there and, you know, it's not that. There is a roughness, you know. So God wants man to be able to rule and subdue all things, bring everything under his dominion. He needs a companion. So no man is successful, you know, in a whole way. In some areas, maybe a good administrator, maybe a good financier, you know, that way some area. But all-round success is only for a person with a good husband or wife. Mrs. Thatcher, the Iron Lady, but you know something, said that her family life was excellent. You know, at home she is Mrs. Thatcher. You know, wife of that man Thatcher. They had wonderful family life. Yes, and that's good. I don't know about Indira Gandhi, that was true. I know Feroz Gandhi, and they were divorced and, you know, lost their family life and all that, you know. So she was also an Iron Lady. But, you know, yes, the only man in India, say that. Otherwise, why should make a lady Prime Minister? You know. I'm not against women becoming Prime Minister, that's not my point. But, you know, there are a lot of men. Lot of men, you know, they should be doing a better job, you know. Yes, I believe. I'm not against women, you know, so don't think. My mother is a woman, my wife is a woman, 3 daughters are women, and 2 daughter-in-laws are women. My grandmother happened to be a woman. How can I be against women? I love women. I love my wife, you know, love my wife, yes, yes. So why God established marriage? Then my saying is this one: you should marry for the same purpose. The results are many, you know, take care of your parents, home, this, that, so many things, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is this: companionship and then completion of the personality, you know. The personality, the temperament and all that, your ability and all, whether man's ability or woman's ability, that complementing by the opposite sex, gender, is necessary, then only a completion comes. So marry for good reasons, good purposes. Yes, marry for good purpose. Well, there is a third reason for marriage that is stated in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 2 and 3. There says, every man ought to have his own wife, and every woman ought to have her own husband because of immorality. Because of immorality. God, when created man, created certain needs, basic needs. Yes. Hunger, thirst, sleep. One such need is sex. This is a very legitimate need. That can be met only inside marriage, nowhere else. Anywhere else you meet it by any means, it's immorality. It's immorality. So God established marriage. It's not good for Adam with a lot of sexual needs to be alone. He needs to have a wife with whom he can fulfill his sexual needs. That's why marriage has to be consummated, Yes. So that's why so many instructions are there in the book of Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, in all through the prophets in the New Testament. Let the husband render unto his wife due benevolence. That due benevolence is sexual benevolence. The same way, let the wife render unto her husband due benevolence. That's a sexual. God has made such arrangement in marriage that the sex can never be used as a bargaining tool. No wife can say no to her husband. No husband can say no to his wife. Never. As far as sexual relationship is concerned. So God has exchanged authority in the bedroom. And the man does not have authority over his own body, but the wife has. Same way the wife does not have authority over her body, but the husband has. 1 Corinthians chapter 7. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, what was the reference of that one? Yes. Verse 4. The wife hath not power on her own body, but the husband. And likewise also the husband hath no power over his body, but the wife. Why? Because the power is exchanged, so that in the bedroom, when the husband can never say, don't touch me, I don't feel like, no. Or the wife cannot say, don't touch me, I don't feel like, no. The exchange of the authority is not to use the authority over the woman, no, to prepare the woman by using this authority so that she will respond to his need. Same way, if a wife feels like, you can use your authority to prepare him so that he will respond to your need. The authority is never to be used to take. The authority is to be used to give. Marriage is not a taking proposition. Marriage is a giving proposition. The phrase on the table of marriage is, may I help you? What can I do for you today? That's one, That's it. It's a helping proposition. It's a giving proposition. So God has exchanged the authority. When you get into your bedroom, close the doors. The wife is not under the husband is not under the wife. Both are equal. He has full authority over her body, she has full authority over his body. In the bedroom relationship, the husband doesn't have to take the initiative. He can if he wants, she can if she wants. Why? Because authority is exchanged. Equal authority. On other areas, it's a man who leads, but in the bedroom, it's not a man who leads. Oh, of course, the Indian women are more shy, therefore, more often it is the man who takes the initiative. That's because our cultural hang-up, not because anything that God has done. God said both are equally free. Whoever has a need, go ahead. Or if you think that your wife's need should be met because he is a traveling salesman, he goes out, don't send your husband away until you satisfy his sexual needs. Because man, if he has his needs not met, if you don't provide your husband food, he will eat from somewhere. I'm not saying there is an excuse, no, that's why God has established marriage. So no bargaining, no bargaining, no bargaining. Women have to understand, men have to understand. Actually, a good husband will never go to his wife because he feels a need, but because he senses that his wife's need is not met. I must satisfy my wife. And as a result of that, in turn, I am also satisfied. The woman does the same thing. I need to satisfy my husband's physical need. In turn, I am also satisfied. You know something, women who take initiative in matrimony, in sexual life, have orgasm much more easily attained than where they are, cool and cold, No. So God has arranged it for. These things, principles are in the Bible. That the husband rendered to the wife, the due benevolence. It's better to marry than to burn. God doesn't want any husband to be burning or wife to be burning, no. The sexual passion should be satisfied, so it's always subsided. Anytime you feel it, you enter into relationship. Don't try to burn it all the way, running and with a lot of evil thoughts in the mind and all that thing. God doesn't want that. God doesn't want that. So why God established marriage? Mainly these three reasons. Number one, companionship. Number two, completion of man's potentials and man's temperament and personality. Third is to satisfy the sexual need. You have any question about it?
As believers, many people say that when we enter into marriages for ministry and all those things. How much is it just?
When they enter into ministry, what they do? People remain single, is that what you asked? I didn't get the question.
They say that when they are married, they look for a partner who will be helpful in ministry.
Oh yeah, they are helpful in many areas. They are the results of it. They are not the purposes, But an elder has to be, a married person, husband of one wife. But you are not married so that you could become an elder, If that's the only purpose, if you don't become an elder, what will you do with your wife? Throw her away or something? No. But if these three things are not met, it's a very serious problem. You are not providing.
The other one about this, that's what I want.
Yeah. The other things are all the results.
Exactly.
Yes. Some people do, yes, some people do. This is the wrong thing,
Ministry is one career. Many of those things, when the priorities change.
Yes.
People.
Family first.
People within say different. Now in your outside community, they will talk about business.
Yeah.
We as Christians will talk.
Christians
about
also do that. Christians also do that. That's because their priorities are wrong, their values are wrong. They are not brought up with correct biblical values. In the family, husband and their parents always talked about money or this and that. They never talked about the joy of family life, Never heard in the family prayers, thank you for my dear wife whom God has given me. I'm, so thankful to you for giving me a good wife. She made my life beautiful. I wanted to thank you, Lord. They always say, thank you for the rubber estate, thank you for the good rain, thank you for the job and all that. They are the values, They never thank, You thank God for a plate of rice, but you will never thank God for your wife. She doesn't have the value of a plate of rice, I guess. So husband and wife needs to be so thankful to God for giving us a meaningful family life. Thank you for giving me a loving husband who is the best friend. Thank you that he has made me a better woman. I'm more sharpened. I'm a better woman in every respect. My abilities, increase because he married me, I'm a better mother, I'm a better teacher, I'm a better artist, I'm a better cook, you know. The man should also say the same thing. Thank you, Lord, for this woman. Since she came to my wife, I'm a better father, I'm a better man, I'm a better teacher, I'm a better preacher. In every sense, the wife is contributing every day. She is sharpening him. But usually that's not happening. Pulling away, pulling down, destroying, So God meant marriage for mutual edification and all that. Yeah. Okay, we have 1 more hour to talk about then how to find a partner of this sort, how to discern God's will for your life and all that.